We find in Isaiah 28, verse 24, Isaiah let me paraphrase what he's saying, but he says, when a farmer plows for planting, he plow continually. Now, what Isaiah is referring to here is, does the farmer continue to put the plowshare into the dirt, continuing to break up the dirt? And what God was saying to Isaiah, and I really feel that it's what God was saying, do I always plow in your heart? Am I always furrowing the solid ground of your heart? And the answer is no. He continues until he gets the soil condition right for whatever crop he's going to plant. Now I noticed that corn has a certain plowing distinct marks where they raise up the sides and they plant in the middle. And then other crops, they have to lay it flat. So they have to actually work the soil until it's really soft. So there's, the soil conditions are different depending on the crop that the farmer's going to plant. And what God is saying, I'm not always working on your condition, and I'm not always bringing sanctification to trials to you, but there'll be a time just till you're ready to receive the crop. So that's kind of paraphrasing
I think,
where we are here.
Yeah, I think that's good, Dan, because, God is at work around us, but that work looks different sometimes. Sometimes it is plowing, but sometimes it's watering.
Yep.
It's fertilizing. It's bringing forth growth. And then sometimes, the Bible said on the seventh day, God rested. So there are times God is resting in our lives. We think he might be silent or not doing something. He's just at rest because the rest is holy to him. So he doesn't always, you're absolutely right. He has to pause in the plowing in order for fruit to be produced. Otherwise, you're just plowing back under the new growth.
Yep. Here's another aspect I would like to draw out of this passage is that when we're self-reflecting and we're working in the church and we're looking at other people's lives, we compare ourselves, and especially in times of need when we're going through trials, and say, well, okay, well, God, if this is why are they not going through as bad of a hardship as I am? And the only comfort I can draw from it is that what God is doing to me is special to my crop. It's special to my calling. It's going to work iron in my soul because the calling that he has for me is different than the other people that I'm, in relationship with. And so it's dangerous to compare and start doing that, because then you start getting angry at God. You start getting angry at people. So
yeah, that's good. That's good. We all find ourselves in different seasons, and different seasons require different produce. I talked to, we got a farmer at our church, just a wonderful guy. His farm has been in the family since the Civil War, and just a great guy. And I asked him one day, I said, I think it was last year, a couple of years ago, where we had just gotten rain and rain and rain. And I asked him, I said, Keith, when is it ever a bad time to plant? I mean, at what point is it too late to plant?
Right.
And he said, Perry, he said, it is never too late.
Huh.
It is never too late to plant seed. At some point, he said, we had a year where it was so wet that we couldn't plant till I think he said like the end of June. And or maybe even into July. And you always hear the phrase knee high by the 4th of July. That's how high the corn is supposed to be. And it was getting close to that, and they hadn't even planted. But he said, we planted, and that year was the best harvest we'd ever had.
Really?
Yes.
Wow.
So in God's economy, it's never a bad time for him to be planting.
That's right.
I think he's, we're in this season where it's just raining and raining and raining, and then he's got to plow, but he's doing something great in your season, in your time. So
that's right. That's good. Yeah.
God's always, we can't question his seasons and his timing, because you bring up a great point. It's for me, it's for my crop, it's for
It's for
my
you.
harvest. It's
Right.
for what he wants to do.
That's right. That's right.
That's a great word. Great word.
So now can you
I'm going to stop
end it?
this.